All right, what's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book entitled, Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. Amazon Kindle Create Space. Some of y'all need the book. Go get it, cause y'all tripping. Y'all want these solutions we talking about. We ain't talking about problems. Solutions. Um, Link in the description box below as always. Uh, the freedom of unsatisfaction. And what I mean by that is some people are never content. They're never satisfied. Nothing is ever good enough for them. Those type of people are very freeing because I don't care if it's family, friends, lovers. Understand at some point you're gonna stop dealing with it. Because say your family come by, you might be cooking, family's over, ain't nothing good enough. I don't like that. Yeah, your juice got too much juice in it. Your spring water ain't springy enough. All you got is Oreos. You ain't got no Chips Ahoy. Well, when you had Chips Ahoy the last time, I want Oreos. You know, you make $100,000 a year. That ain't enough. But let me borrow $100. That type of person is aggravating as hell, but they also are freeing because guess what? You get to a point where you're like, you know what? I'm not here to please you, no way. And it doesn't matter because I figure out that you just like to complain about stuff. Ain't nothing gonna ever make you happy. Matter of fact, if something make you happy, you're gonna find a way to complain why it's not making you happy enough. So cool, like I'm gonna do me. And then people are like, what, you're not gonna go out of your way to be nice to please that person? Nope. Went down that road before. It's a dead end. That road leads to nowhere. You know, friends like that. They're never happy. You can't. If you call your friends, you don't call enough. Matter of fact, they don't. They might not answer your ass. They tell you some shit like, well, if you call me twice back, if you call me back to back, I'll answer because I know you really want to talk to me. If you text me 911, I'm gonna holler back at you. How about I just don't call you no more? I'm gonna go find some new friends. Cool. People that when the phone rings, they actually answer the phone. When you text a person, you don't have to text them 911 to know that for them to respond to text. Thank you for letting me know how crazy your standards are. So now I'm free to go do me. You know what I'm saying? Um, Same thing that happens in a relationship. You can never make that partner happy. Sex is good, but it ain't great. Sex is great, but it ain't mind blowing. Date was good, but it ain't great. Date was great, but it ain't mind blowing. You look good, but you ain't sexy. You look sexy, but you ain't a showstopper. It's like, hmm, hmm. Well, you dress like a bum. Oh, you dress too good. Oh, it's like, what is that? The Three Bears. The porridge is too hot. The porridge is too cold. The porridge, it ain't even just right. So what ends up happening is after a while, it makes you think, you know what? It really doesn't matter what I do, because let's be honest, you'll never be happy. So all you want to do is have somebody jumping through hoops to make you happy, and what happens is the reverse of that. You free that person because they can go do what they want to. You know, uh, and sometimes you know they push you to do all the things that are meant for you to enjoy your life. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to the batting cage. How come you don't take me to the batting cage? Oh, cause you don't like batting. You don't like baseball. You don't like outside. You don't like the sun. You don't like the wind. You don't like it cloudy. So can't go outside with you. Mm-mm. No. You don't like the sweat. Mm-mm. It's a little too much for you. So I'm going to do what I like to do. You know, I'm going to the go kart place. Why you don't take me to go kart? Well, you say it's too loud. There's too many people. You don't like the fumes. Huh? You know, the seats ain't leather in the go kart. They don't have. Where's the aux? No auxiliary. They ain't got no MP3 in this thing. You just don't like it. You don't like really racing. People scare you when they fly by you. So you don't like that. Go do what. So I'm sorry, I can't do that with you. I'm going to the gun range. You going to the gun range? How come you ain't taking me? Well, because you don't want to pay for your shit. You don't know how to shoot. You don't want to shoot. You're gonna freak out with the guns because you don't like guns. The bang is too loud. You're uncomfortable with the headphones because it makes you feel like you're on a plane. And guess what? You don't like none of that stuff. So I'm just gonna go solo dolo. You know, that's what I'm saying. Same thing with the family and friends. How come you don't come by? Because you don't like hanging around family. You know, yeah, your cooking's the only cooking that matters. Even though you can't cook, but whatever. You're gonna talk about the family members. You're gonna get in a fight because people gonna get tired of your disrespectful ass, and then you're gonna wanna, complain about everybody's what they doing in life, and it's gonna create a beef, and they're gonna you're gonna tell on somebody else's girlfriend or boyfriend that they've been cheated on, or you're gonna hit on somebody, and because of that, you're not really good company. And I'm glad you ran everybody away, so ain't nobody fucking with you. So thank you. You know, Friends do the same thing, right? So sometimes you gotta understand that people's idiosyncrasies and egos and complexes of never being satisfied or having somebody always needing to jump through hoops for them is actually a good thing. You need to say thank you. Like, damn, you are such an asshole to be around that, and you never being satisfied, you never being content with anything lets me know that nothing I'll ever do will be ever good enough. Like parents to children and children to parents, right? Parents are, you need to go to school. You need to get an education. You get a good job. You need to get a better job than that. I'll never be proud of you. You know what? You know what, pops? It really doesn't matter. I'm grown. I'm not around anymore. I'm out your house. I'm taking care of myself. You ain't gonna never be happy. You want me to be what you never was, but you never tried to be what you wanted to be no way. So it's not my responsibility to be the man that you never tried to be. So thank you, but no thank you. Same thing. Children are the parents. You didn't buy me all the gifts ever, and what you bought me I broke, and then you didn't tell me you loved me enough. You didn't hug me enough, and the parents like, look, I hate to break the news to you, son, but you act like a little bitch. Okay, yeah, that's what you just act like a little bitch. So ain't nothing ever gonna be good enough. Being raised in a stable home wasn't good enough. It's not gonna. The school that was a top grade school that your ass barely got C's in, it's my fault that it put you in the school so hard because you didn't want to, you didn't want to work and get to college. Yeah, me paying for your college, luckily that you got in because I got a hookup, uh, and teaching you how to handle yourself in this world. And it ain't good enough because, at 16 when you got a car, it wasn't a Benz 500. Okay? In college, I didn't pay for all of your stupid ass spring break trips. Excuse me. I bought you clothes. And he's like, but it ain't Ralph though. Cool. You know what? Your ass grown. See if you take care of yourself the way you expect me to take care of you. Since you wanted to be Hollywood, you wanted to be a kid, You want to be a male Kardashian running out taking pictures, I need the iPhone 19. Well, buy the iPhone 19. Cause I ain't buying shit. Since I'm so bad, let's see how you do on your own. Thank you for the freedom. You feel me? So yeah, I think that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah.